Welcome to Cheaper Than Dirt Videos. Today we're going to do an open box review of the Toro TimeMaster 30-inch mower. We're going to go over some of the features of the mower, and I'm going to give you some tips that will help you be more efficient using this mower. So when unboxing the Toro TimeMaster, some of the tools you're going to need is the box cutter. You'll need a 5/16 socket, and you'll need some needle nose pliers. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you remove the top of the shipping container. Alright, so we've got the rear bag. And we've got the side discharge chute. I never use this. For some reason this comes off whenever I use it. If the grass is wet or a little tall, it just knocks right off. So I never use this. Alright, so what else have we got in here? Alright, we've got your manual, and we've got your hose connection here for washing out underneath the deck. I never use that. It's just easier for me to tilt the mower up and clean the grass out that way. Alright, looks like we got some oil here. Definitely need to put that in. Alright, here is the rear grass bag catcher. Looks like we need to hook the bag onto the frame. We'll do that in a little bit. Alright, so there you go. The easiest thing to do is just cut this box open so we can get the mower out. It's much easier than trying to lift this mower up out of the box. It's about a 150-pound mower. Alright, and there we go. Looks like we just need to fold the handle up and roll it off of here and do some real simple modifications to it to make your mowing experience a lot more efficient. Alright, so when I unwrapped this part of the handle here, I had to put this end into this hole right here. So I popped that in there. So this is your blade lock right here. You flip it up and it allows you to move the blade engagement handle. If you don't flip this up, then you can't engage the blades. So you have to move this lever up and then you can move your blade engagement. Alright, the nice thing about this Toro TimeMaster, when adjusting the front wheels, there's a nice little lever here on the left side. And it's got markings. I like to set mine on E. It's real simple. You move that lever and both front wheels move to the same level. Some mowers, like the TurfMaster, has an actual pin that you have to pull out on each wheel to adjust it. This is real simple with that lever. On the rear side, you can see the letters here for the adjustment. I like to set it on E. That seems to work best for the type of lawn we have in this area. Alright, probably the next thing to do is to get it off of this pallet so we can move the lawnmower around easier. Alright, now we have room to work on this. Alright, so here's the fuel tank right here. You'll notice there's a blue sponge in there. I recommend pulling that out. It's supposed to help with vapor lock, but in the last 3 years I've never had an issue with vapor lock. Maybe because I use non-ethanol fuel, I don't know, but you have to be able to see how much gas is in your tank. So that's the first thing I would do, is pull that out, and we'll do that here in a second. The next thing I would do is the pull cord right here. You'll notice that when you pull this, you're pulling it straight into this bar right here. And what happens is you end up trying to pull it out and you rub right here and it cuts the cord over time because you're pulling it out this way. For some reason they have it set so you're pulling straight into this handlebar right here, so you end up pulling it out. So what I would do is get a 5/16 socket and undo these three right here and just turn this whole mechanism. So that's what we're going to do right now. Alright, so there you go. So now when you pull it, you're pulling it off to the side instead of pulling it right into here. Because remember, before, when you get it out of the box, it's in this direction. So you're pulling right into this bar. Now you're pulling out away. Much more efficient, much easier. Alright, now for the sponge and the fuel tank, I just use needle nose pliers. Alright, so this is what came out. Want to get rid of that. That's one of the first things you want to do, is get rid of that. See, now you can see how much fuel would be in your tank. With the sponge in there, you have no idea. For homeowners, it's not that big of a deal. But when you're using it for commercial use, you have to be able to see how much gas is in there, because you don't want to run out of gas and being in the backyard. That's just more walking and more time wasted. All right, now we need to get the oil. Let's put the oil in. And the oil goes right here. Alright, once the oil's in, we'll just give it a quick check, just to make sure. I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but there's little lines right here, and it's at the full mark, so we're good. Alright, so now we just need to get some fuel in it and start it up. Alright, the TimeMaster came with this manual here, and in the bag with the manual came with this hose connection for cleaning out the bottom of the deck. So your hose threads in on this end, and then this end here slips right onto this connection, and you just run the mower blades, and it's supposed to clean it, but that takes too long, too much time consuming. It's easier for me just to come over here and adjust this lever. Adjust the lever so the bars are in the upright position. And then just tilt the mower up on its side. And that way you can get underneath and you can just wipe it out, clean out all the grass, because this does collect a lot of grass, especially when it's wet. And here in the Northwest, it's always raining, so the grass is pretty much always wet. So you're constantly having to clean out the bottom of this deck. Alright, this mower comes with a bar adjustment here. You can raise it to the upright position for storage. I use this to tilt the mower on its side, because with this particular mower, it collects a lot of grass in here, especially when it's wet. Here in the Northwest, the grass is always wet, so I'm constantly having to clean this out. So if you tilt the handlebars up, then it provides stability. So when you lean it, it's not going to fall. Because if you leave the handlebars in the normal position and tilt it, you lose your stability and it's going to fall over this way. You just don't want that happening. So just remember to fold it up like that for storage, or if you need to tilt it. Because this side discharge chute gives me so much troubles, I just don't use it. What I do is I use a bungee cord. And I just wrap it around and hook it right onto this bracket right here. And that works much better. You got more open space here for the grass to come out. It's got a lot of good airflow and pressure to shoot the grass out a lot farther. Looks a lot cleaner. If the grass is really thick, then you do need to use your leaf blower and thin it out. But normally you don't have to do that on your weekly yards. Just in the springtime when the grass is really tall, you'll have to go over it with your leaf blower and thin it out. But that's the most popular way of doing it when you're discharging. Now there's another way that you can discharge the grass out the rear. That's if you hook it through the same bracket here and put the bungee cord like this. And that's another way to do it. It's just you just got to remember that if this is open too high, you could get debris in your face. It could be a hazard. So you just want to be careful with that. But it also looks pretty decent cutting it that way. But it seems to clump it a little bit more than if you side discharge it. Side discharging seems to spread the grass out more evenly and thinner so you don't really see it. Rear discharging like this, it kind of leaves a clump row. So you'll definitely have to use your leaf blower to clean those rows up. Alright, for mulching, you've got the mulch plug here. Here's the mulch plug. So you got to have that in there to mulch the grass. For catching the grass, here's your grass catcher. It fits right there. Pretty simple. Thank you for watching my open box review of the Toro TimeMaster 30-inch mower. Please check out my other videos on bagging and mulching using the Toro TimeMaster.